Deep beneath the scorched earth of India's driest regions lies a secret that could help rewrite our future. They aren't lost cities or hidden treasures, not in the usual sense. They are thousand-year-old architectural marvels, inverted temples that descend into the earth, designed with breathtaking precision to solve a crisis that now threatens our entire planet. What if the answer to one of our most pressing modern problems doesn't lie in more advanced technology, but in wisdom we buried and forgot? What if these stone staircases leading into the cool, dark heart of the earth aren't just relics of the past, but blueprints for a sustainable future? These are the ancient stepwells, and they hold a powerful, elegant, and almost forgotten key to providing water for millions. To really get the miracle of the stepwells, we first have to face the reality of our time. We live on a blue planet, yet we are facing an unprecedented water crisis. With a population now exceeding 8 billion, the demand for this finite resource is rising sharply. According to the United Nations World Water Development Report, global water use has increased by nearly 1% per year over the past 4 decades, driven by population growth, economic development, and changing consumption patterns. And the numbers? They're staggering. Around 2 to 3 billion people already experience severe water scarcity for at least 1 month every year. Nearly half the world's population lives in areas that are water stressed, and by 2050, up to 5 billion people could face water shortages if current trends continue. This is especially true in India, a nation that supports about 18% of the global population but has access to roughly 4% of the world's freshwater resources. Groundwater provides nearly 60% of irrigation and around 85% of drinking water in rural India. Yet aquifers are being depleted at alarming rates. Studies by NASA's GRACE satellites have shown that parts of northern India are among the fastest depleting groundwater regions on Earth. Climate change is intensifying this imbalance, making rainfall more erratic and extreme. Longer dry periods combined with intense bursts of rain mean less natural recharge and more runoff. We are extracting water far faster than it can be replenished. We drill deeper, build bigger dams, and engineer more complex systems, all in a race against scarcity. But this approach is reaching its limit. The crisis we face isn't just about a lack of water, it's about how we manage it. It's a crisis of memory, forgetting systems that once worked with nature, not against it. The answer begins to reveal itself in the arid landscapes of Western India. Here, an architectural tradition evolved that was as functional as it was beautiful. Known as Baori, or Vav, these structures, stepwells, were built as sophisticated water storage systems. From around the 7th to the 19th century, thousands of stepwells were constructed across India, particularly in Gujarat and Rajasthan. Historical records and archaeological surveys suggest that Gujarat alone once had over 10,000 stepwells. These structures were not just water sources, they were public infrastructure designed for long-term resilience. Built by rulers, communities, and patrons, they served as reliable water reserves in regions where rainfall could be highly unpredictable. They also created microclimates. Studies have shown that temperatures inside deep stepwells can be 5 to 7 degrees Celsius cooler than the surrounding surface environment, offering natural cooling in extreme heat conditions. They represent a deep ecological understanding, capturing seasonal rainfall, storing it efficiently, and ensuring access throughout the year. To truly understand their scale, we travel to Abhaneri in Rajasthan, home to one of the most remarkable stepwells, Chand Baori. Built around the 8th to 9th century CE, Chand Baori descends approximately 30 meters, about 100 feet, into the ground, making it one of the deepest stepwells in India. It contains around 3,500 steps, arranged in perfect geometric symmetry. This design was not aesthetic alone. It maximized access. As water levels fluctuated throughout the year, users could descend to the appropriate level without interruption. The structure also demonstrates passive cooling. Measurements indicate that temperatures at the bottom can be significantly lower than at the surface due to depth, shading, and thermal mass. Adjacent to the well is the Harshat Mata temple, reflecting how water systems were culturally integrated, not just engineered, but respected. Chand Baori is not just architecture, it is infrastructure designed for variability, something modern systems still struggle to achieve. The science behind stepwells is remarkably advanced. First, they function as rainwater harvesting systems. The stepped geometry increases surface area, slowing runoff and allowing water to accumulate during monsoon periods. Second, they connect to groundwater. The deeper shaft reaches the water table, ensuring access even during dry periods. Third, they enable groundwater recharge. During heavy rainfall, excess water percolates through the structure into surrounding aquifers. Modern hydrological studies confirm that traditional water bodies like stepwells and tanks significantly enhance local groundwater recharge rates. This creates a closed-loop system: capture, store, use, and recharge. Their structural design also distributes soil pressure effectively. The inverted pyramid shape provides stability, allowing these structures to last for centuries with minimal maintenance. In modern terms, stepwells are decentralized, low-energy, climate-adaptive water systems. The story of stepwells is part of a much older tradition. The Indus Valley civilization, dating back to around 3000 BCE, had advanced water systems. Cities like Mohenjo-daro had hundreds of wells and one of the earliest known public water tanks, the Great Bath. At Dholavira, archaeologists uncovered a sophisticated system of reservoirs and channels designed to capture seasonal rainfall. Some estimates suggest that nearly 1/3 of the city area was dedicated to water storage infrastructure. Later, around the 2nd century CE, the Kallanai Dam in Tamil Nadu was constructed across the Kaveri River. It is still operational today, making it one of the oldest functioning water diversion structures in the world. It continues to support irrigation across hundreds of thousands of hectares. These systems show continuity, a long-term evolution of water management based on observation, adaptation, and sustainability. Despite their effectiveness, stepwells declined. Colonial-era policies often centralized water management and deprioritized traditional systems. At the same time, modern technologies, especially bore wells and electric pumps, made groundwater extraction faster and more convenient. India is now the largest user of groundwater globally, accounting for nearly 25% of total global extraction. This shift changed behavior. Water moved from being a shared, managed resource to an individually extracted one. Without maintenance, step wells silted up, degraded, and were abandoned. The result was not just the loss of infrastructure, but the loss of a system-level approach to water management. Today, this knowledge is being rediscovered. Across India, restoration projects are reviving traditional water bodies. In regions like Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu, desilting and restoring tanks and stepwells has led to measurable increases in groundwater levels. Government initiatives like the Jal Jeevan Mission and Atal Bhujal Yojana now emphasize groundwater recharge, local water bodies, and community participation. The lessons are clear. First, design with natural systems. Stepwells worked because they align with rainfall patterns and geology. Second, decentralization. Local systems reduce dependency on large-scale infrastructure. Third, sustainability. These systems required minimal energy and used local materials. Globally, nature-based solutions are now being recognized as essential for water security. The principles behind stepwells align closely with modern sustainable water management strategies promoted by organizations like the UN and World Bank. The insight is simple. The future of water may depend less on extracting more and more on managing better. We started with a crisis, a growing gap between water demand and supply. And we found an answer buried beneath the ground. Stepwells are not just relics. They are systems, efficient, resilient, and sustainable. They remind us that for most of human history, survival depended on working with nature, not against it. The challenge ahead is not just technological, it is conceptual, because the real water crisis isn't just scarcity, it's management. And sometimes, the smartest way forward is to remember what already worked. The story of the stepwells shows that innovation isn't always new. Sometimes, it's rediscovered. If you want more science-backed stories on water systems and real-world solutions, subscribe to Digital Droplets. What other traditional systems do you think could solve modern problems? Let us know in the comments.